This presentation is a short introduction to building organization digital capabilities. It is intended to provide an overview of organization digital transformation and also provide attendees with pointers as to where to find information that will support their organization's digital transformation, building agility and digital capabilities. Transformation is about making a choice from a huge range of existing and new technologies and deciding where in the value pyramid to apply these technologies to create advantage and to achieve the target business outcomes in line with the organization's business strategy. The extent of the adoption of new technologies and their impact on products and services on one side, and on the other side, on products, processes, business models, operating models, determine the nature and magnitude of change overall for the organization. Transformational change indicates an ambition to start a significant journey before the destination is fully clear, and is likely to envisage radical changes to business, to product, to operations, to culture, and/or to capabilities. Incremental change is about improving something based on existing practice and culture, and incrementally building new capabilities to enable the planned improvements. Transitional change is ambitious change, but it's to a specific domain, or replacing an existing approach with a known but different way. In effect, the organization decide whether they will refine, reconfigure, or reinvent themselves to attain a goal of creating offering leadership, stakeholder intimacy, or operational excellence, where the customer is central. We've collated and summarized the main challenges faced by organizations in digital transformation from a broad set of reports from industry analysts and leaders. Lack of shared vision and a realistic plan, lack of talent, understanding, and skill at all levels, the inertia of legacy systems, our attitude towards them, or in fact their architecture, stopping us moving forward, seeing it as a barrier. How our investment is completed and visibility of the return on investment and the success measurement. Customer focus, our understanding of the customer and leveraging the data that we have. Resistance to change and the change management process, and the underlying culture that determines how we behave and how we perform in any organization. This can be summarized as organization capabilities do not align with the transformation and change ambitions. Define capabilities as the ability to mobilize resources to achieve a specific aim. Capability maturity management provides leaders and teams with a means to simplify the complexity of the many variables that influence the performance of an organization, to measure and improve the ability of an organization to perform, the ability to set the right priorities for action. The current capability maturities determine what the current level of performance is, but they also determine the rate of change for that organization. By improving capability maturities or adding new capabilities, the organization can improve its performance, can improve its agility or its rate of change, and that enables greater ambition. The key is knowing which are the capabilities to focus or invest in, and which are the ones that will achieve the target aims or the ambition. Before diving into actions, the organization needs to consider some early choices and important decisions that need to be made. In the first instance, what is the ambition of the organization in terms of the three value disciplines? That is product leadership, customer intimacy, or operational excellence. And what is the capability and the appetite of the organization to take on a change of significant magnitude? These decisions set the direction for change for the organization. The next stage is the definition and execution of the change program. And it's important to ensure that there is a plan of action that will deliver the required value. Any strategic decision about the nature of new technology to be adopted requires some upfront choices, and that will be supported by technologists and lead to a technology strategy. This is more an iterative methodology than a nice sequential process, certainly in the early stages. Consider it an agile approach. Digital transformation requires an approach. Here we suggest one methodology that is relevant. Starting with getting a clear statement of strategic intent, which sets the direction for the organization. This covers setting the ambitions as outlined in the previous slide, while measuring and understanding the current existing capabilities and their maturities. It's important to be clear what the organization intends to achieve in terms of both the measurable outcomes and behaviors. Only then can the technology strategy be determined. Understanding the sophistication of the technology landscape is important to selecting and mapping technology changes to target outcomes and behaviors. Once the overall program strategy has been defined, the final piece of the strategy jigsaw must be identified. That is, what are the capabilities that will be needed and at what maturity levels to execute the transformation strategy and achieve the target outcomes. The roadmap can then be finalized and implementation team charters put in place. We recommend implementing an agile approach to implementation using short agile sprints. We now provide some pointers to information and tools that are useful to organizations in managing their change and improvement programs. The IT Capability Maturity Framework from the Innovation Value Institute at Maynooth University is a comprehensive IT maturity framework. It originated in Intel and was developed by the IVI Industry Consortium. It has a structured body of knowledge covering 36 critical IT capabilities, each underpinned by a series of capability building blocks. It has a maturity model and assessment tools, and capabilities are also mapped to digital competence frameworks. The Organization Capability Maturity Framework is a broader organization development body of knowledge, applicable to any organization and any change or improvement program. There is a focus on the 15 critical organization subsystems called dynamics and their underlying building blocks called constructs. It has a standard normative-based scientific maturity model and an online self-assessment tool. The Organization Capability Maturity Framework is a broad-based model based on psychology, learning, economics, and organization development theory. The IT Capability Maturity Framework is IT management centric. There are many frameworks and standards available. Here we consider some of the most widely used ones for digital change and transformation. The IT Information Library is a widely used services management framework which originated in the UK government for IT services management, and it is being currently updated by its current owners, Axelos. The Capability Maturity Model Integrated comes from the CMMI Institute, a subsidiary of Carnegie Mellon University, and is a software-focused capability maturity model. Verism is a newer framework, and it comes from the International Foundation of Digital Competence. Of course, many of the consultants in the world have their own methodologies. Some are based on academic theory, some are not. There are also a number of digital skills and competencies frameworks. The most common and popular ones are the European Competence Framework, which originated in a European Union program. The SFIA from the foundation, the SFIA Foundation, which is a not-for-profit body, is widely used. And the ICD from the IPA, a Japanese government agency. Conclusion. There are a large range of existing, new and emerging technologies and technology management approaches. Each technology has multiple applications. The sophistication of the technology landscape and the interdependencies suggest that using a capability maturity framework will simplify the change and transformation process, and it will increase the success potential and assure business value is derived from any investment. Any questions?